Throughout time and history, heroes have risen. They've given their hearts for humanity. For their given time and place when mankind needed them most, they served. Many heroes have risen lately. Heroes of cringe. These are their stories.
I am the master of the
Cringe.
Remember this fucking face. Wherever you see
Cringe.
you'll see this fucking face. I make that shit work. No one rules it
Cringe.
like me. Not this little fuck. None of you little fucks out there. I am the
Cringe.
commander. Oh, you little fuck.
If you're under the age of 25, you've likely already heard about the
unholy acting talent
of Lewis Saunderson. For those already beaten down by life, this is likely all new information, so let's start with a sample from his body of work to get you up to speed.
Sorry.
Funny story, the script actually called for them to say yes, but they put their own spin on it. Before we continue, if you could like and subscribe to help grow my channel, I'd really appreciate it. Now let me explain. Lewis Saunderson is a British actor, most notably known for his over-the-top acting on TikTok.
I have a code 3. I need medical assistance at Bridge Street next to the skate park.
He's inside of me! Help me! Houston! Help me!
Now this is great because movies like Dragon Ball Z, sex, and emo music, the best parts are obviously the screaming. Mr. Saunderson has come up with a genius way to skip all the boring talky bits and get to the rich nougaty center of the plot. Now before I leap headfirst into criticisms, I have to say I can't argue with his logic.
It is very, you watch a movie and you get to that point where it's the most dramatic moment. It is very much that most dramatic moment.
And you think, fuck the rest of the movie off, just get to that.
But I think, you know, obviously the way social media works is you haven't got time to create a half an hour story.
Stating the obvious, isn't he? That we live in a society of progressive brain rotification. You have 5 to 10 seconds to capture people's attention, and it's incredibly easy to lose their attention. I mean, if I had to guess, at this point in the video, I've already lost 70% of total viewers. I've been tempted to add Subway Surfer gameplay to all of my videos at the bottom, but what could be more tantalizing than... It's engagement bait and an attention hack 2-in-1 combo. But Mr. Saunderson isn't just on TikTok. He's been in movies too.
So I'm in a movie called The Lost Choices, British feature film that you can buy on Amazon.
Let's check out his very difficult to verify IMDb credits. I searched multiple sites, and not only was it not listed on Amazon like he promised, the only site that recognized his movies didn't work for most of the links. Cue the montage.
I'll tell you what's on my fucking mind. Just exactly what the fuck we're supposed to be doing down here in the first place. This is no routine enemy. Now here we are, 2 men down, trapped, and barely escaping firefights from, and please, correct me if I'm wrong, ghost soldiers or some shit.
I'll be honest, the movie is absolute trash, but not due to any fault from Mr. Saunderson. In fact, he's arguably one of the better actors in this cum dumpster fire. And despite his clickbait cringe, every interview I've seen, he's professional and willing to laugh at himself.
I think what's fascinating about you is that you've taken the dramatic arts stories, and you've just stripped back all the unnecessary things like plot, character development, setting, mise en scène. You've sort of created the emotional equivalent of a cum shot compilation.
And even though he takes himself seriously, so doesn't qualify to be considered self-aware cringe.
What I really do it for, where I stay motivated and inspired, is for the real loyal fan base that, you know, really support and appreciate what I do, and they get excited for the next video.
He's clearly having fun. He also has 2.2 million TikTok followers and fully supports himself through these videos, as seen in this overly glazing interview.
But each one are just these overly emotional, like super emotional reactions to all these different things. The first one I honestly thought was real. You got me. It was like dad sees his son like explode on 4th of July or something. And I had to like check to see if it was real. And I mean, each one is so visceral. Talk to me a little bit about, there they are, they're so funny.
So this is now what I do full time as a full-time content creator.
Don't forget to watch OWN for more hard-hitting, chode-slurping interviews like this. God, imagine being so desperate for guests on your show that you're willing to suck off a TikToker on live TV. The criticisms of his acting are clear, and I think his writing is just as bad, as most of them make less sense than Joe Rogan after an ayahuasca enema. They really remind me of the Family Guy South Park episode.
Idea balls. Each idea ball has a verb, noun, or pop culture reference written on it. The manatees choose an idea ball and swim it over to the joke combine on the other side of the tank. Laundry, date, winning, Mexico, Gary Coleman. A perfect Family Guy joke.
You think that's bad? Remember the time I won a date to Mexico with Gary Coleman?
The main difference between the manatee's idea balls and Lewis's formulaic writing is his writing is far more rigid. 95% of his videos will fit into a category involving family member, disease or tragedy, and an occupation, an event, or a location. For instance, mother-in-law diagnosed with leukemia on World Cup Day, or police officer finds his son dead during a riot. I think the only thing preventing you or I from achieving his level of success on TikTok is his absolute commitment, cringe or not, to his bit, as well as our own personal sense of embarrassment or shame. I think by now it's clear that I have some admiration for Lewis Saunderson. His ability to not care about others' opinions at all must be a very liberating feeling. When I first started looking into Lewis, I expected him to be head to toe lolcow material. But after learning quite a bit about him, I have to say he's just absolutely winning. Is he cringe? Yes, absolutely. Is he also crushing it at life? Yeah, kinda. On the Chad to Chud scale, I would rate him emotional cum shot compilation out of 10. Well, hey, thanks for staying until the end. I really enjoyed making this video, and I think Cringe Commander series is going to become a regular staple of this channel. I've got a couple ideas for videos that I'm still trying to work through, but let me know what you want to see more of. Don't forget to like and subscribe, it really helps out the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.